Well, I scored this brand new wear strip here for a plow. Got it from Richards. Cost 150 bucks, but it's worth every cent of it, I'll tell you that much. So, came black from the factory, and I just want to shoot some orange on there just so that it doesn't look black. And yeah, I should clean this off. It's all full of dust. So let me do that, and we'll just shoot some paint on there and see what we can do. I used the Chevy Duplicolor 1607 engine paint here. And I should mention that it's like 35 degrees out and I'm trying to paint this stupid thing. I just got huge runs over there, but I don't really care if I got some runs. I know it's dumb to have runs, but it's a snow plow. It's going to get totally destroyed after we plow snow for a few minutes. So when I put a second coat on, I'll do a better job than the first. All right, so I got 3 coats of this Duplicolor on this thing, and I think it's going to be good. I got it in the sun. It's pretty sunny out today. So, see the sun? I'm hoping that the sun will bake this a little bit. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon right now, so got about another 45 minutes of sun for this time of year. And I'll bring it in the house so it doesn't start to get damp. Hopefully, within, let it dry for a couple days, and we'll bolt it up in a few days from now, and hopefully that paint will be cured, and then we'll be ready for the snow. We might have to touch up the plow a little bit too, because we don't want to have a beautiful wear strip with a plow that's got no paint on part of it, so we'll give it a shot. Tell you what, man, got 3 coats of paint on that bad boy. The thing looks awesome. I'm very excited about it. Cool. There's snow in the forecast a couple days from now, and depending on what you read or what you believe, we could get 2 to 6 inches of snow. So we got to get that wear strip on the plow switched over. And there's a couple other maintenance items I wanted to do to this tractor. One I'm not going to do, but I wanted to paint the front wheels. They're all rusty. Just ain't going to happen. I have a new seat that I bought like 4 years ago, and I never put it on. I want to put the seat on. And the shift plate down here has been off for a couple of years. And I want to get that thing on too, and I've never done it. So the first step is taking the plow wear strip off, and there's just a couple bolts that you got to pull out the bottom to do that. And that's what we're going to do. But yeah, it would be easier if I started it up and drove it out of the barn and lifted up the plow. All right, we're going to try to start the 817. We haven't used it for probably 9 or 10 or 11 months, a long time. Let's hit the primer on the fuel pump and see what happens. All right, let's see. Down here, there's a primer lever on the fuel pump on these old ones. Let's see if I can find it here. All right, let's hit that primer. All right, hit it 36 times. Let's see if that primed it. All right, let's see if we can start it up. This thing likes full choke and practically no throttle usually. Let's see what we got. There's that Onan curve. Nice. We'll just let it run for a minute so we can warm it up to change the oil. Okay. Alright, we got the old wear strip off of here. We're going to put that nice new one on. Put this sucker on it with some new bolts. Should be good. Alright, so I got the drain pan under the mighty CCKA. And our drain plug is back here. Let's see what kind of dirty oils come out of this thing. I don't think I've changed it for years. Could be worse. Yeah, all right, we'll let that drain out. And we got a new Wix filter to put in there. I had a Napa Gold filter, but I got this nice Wix 51764. It has this nut on the end, which is cool. So we'll put that filter in too. All right, our next thing here is taking the seat off. This one has a seat riser under there. You see this white spot in there. And there's 4 bolts to hold the riser under the seat pan. I got 2 out already. They're kind of hard to get to, so let me take those other 2 out, and then the riser and the seat pan will all come off as one piece. So let's do that. Now let's investigate this old seat. It's pretty shot. If I look at the bottom, it's really shot. I got to take these 4 bolts out that hold the riser onto that old seat pan. This whole old seat pan is all rotted out and bent and stuff, and I don't know if you can see here, but the seat pan is broken all around here, so the seat would flop on the tractor. You can see it all rotted out back here, cracked all the way down the side here. Look, you see that? These old seats too have this nice slit in the bottom to drain the water. And that is the nicest feature of the old seats. I don't know that the new one has that, but let's get this unbolted from the bottom. All right, I got these nice channel lock oil filter pliers here. We're going to use them to take this old filter off. Oh, nice. This old filter is a Napa Gold, by the way. And I thought it was a nice filter. This Onan has a little spot under the filter here, so when you take the filter off, the oil drains back this thing like it's a little spout. You see that better now? It's like a little shelf in there that catches all the oil. Oh, of course I missed my drain pan here. I'll get the rag and clean that up. Now let me show you the difference between the new filter and the old filter for a minute. The old Napa Gold here is a 15-16. It's just about the same size. It's not really too much different, but the Wix one has that cool nut, which I guess didn't really matter at the end of the day because it took 2 seconds to take that Napa filter off. But my buddy Jason always touts the one with the nut, so I figured I'd get that one. Well, the nut works good for tightening your filter here. That's one advantage of it. See. I don't think I've changed this oil for 10 years. And in 10 years, I don't think I've put more than 35 hours on this tractor maybe, but I think we're good. All right, we're gonna put our new oil in here. Got some Napa conventional 520. And 520 is what you're supposed to use if it's under 30 degrees, which if we're plowing snow, then it should be under 30 degrees the whole time conceptually. I mean, it might be 40 or something, but I'd rather have 520 in it than straight 30 because it could be 5 degrees if we're plowing. It could also be 40 degrees if we're plowing, but I'd rather have 520. That's what I've always used. So, put 2 quarts of this in there. And we'll check the level and see where we're at. All right, so these things did not want to come out, these bolts, and I ended up just pulling the whole bottom off of there, and it just kind of broke out the tabs here. So I'm just going to take a pair of pliers and hold this side, and hopefully I can back out the bolts at that point. If not, I'll just grind them off with the angle grinder. All right, so I ended up having to grind one of the 4 bolts out. So that was better than expected here, but so the next question is, how does this thing line up on the new seat? Because you know, here's approximately where it was on this old seat. I need to get the new seat and see if the bolt patterns line up and if it's going to have the right distance front and back, etc.